All right. Looks like we've got most people, which is very exciting. Hello and welcome to Spoilercon 2021.
Do we want to go live?
Yes, we do.
You are okay.
Good. I want to be live.
Good.
So this is our 4th annual fall gathering of What Spoilers fans, and Seth and I could not be more excited to welcome you to this weekend. Want to start out with offering our sincerest thanks to our planning committee, past and present, our mods, our special guests, and of course, all of you for coming and making this an event that happens. Seriously, the planning committee, the last 2 years, so many people who have come and who have gone, who have helped us with this. It's truly amazing that we have this event, and it is entirely due to our team of people who have helped us with this. And for tradition's sake, I thought we could start with watching our fan tribute trailer that has all of our own voices scattered throughout it. You'll recognize some of them, at least. Some of them haven't been around in a while. So Seth, if you would dial that up, because it's fun. It's mostly for tradition. I'm sure you've all seen it, but...
Have a care, to Viren does not mean immortal.
The wheel weaves as the wheel wills.
Run if you want. You can't escape me.
I will run no more.
The Dark One is after you three, one or all. And if I let you go running off wherever you want to go, he will take you. Whatever the Dark One wants, I oppose. So hear this and know it true. Before I let the Dark One have you, I will destroy you myself.
Remember your oath, my heart, because I surely will.
Some of us are bound no longer. The seals weaken Aes Sedai. Like Ishamael, we walk the world again, and the rest of us will come.
The world just changed, Elaine. It just changed in a very large way. And I have a terrible feeling that this is only the beginning.
If you are not mine, then you are dead.
There's one rule above all others to be a man. Whatever comes, face it on your feet.
This war has not lasted 10 years, but since the beginning of time. You and I have fought 1,000 battles with the turning of the wheel, 1,000 times 1,000, and we will fight until time dies and the shadow is triumphant.
Run when you have to. Fight when you must. Rest when you can.
You always choose women who cause you trouble, Luce Theron.
I'm clinging to that tuft of grass on the cliff's lip, praying for it to hold one more heartbeat. If you fail, I am worse than dead. I must see you win and live.
My husband rides from World's End toward Tarwin's Gap, toward Tarmangadon. Will he ride alone?
It came like the wind. Like the wind, touched everything. And like the wind, was gone.
Blood of bloody ashes.
One man holding 50 at a narrow passage. Not a bad way to die. Songs have been made about less.
Duty is heavier than a mountain. Death is lighter than a feather.
Yearly human. Surely we are something more.
In wars, boy, fools kill other fools for foolish causes.
You are just stupid enough to do that, aren't you, Matrim Coffin?
I dare the truth, Elida. You are a coward and a tyrant.
Do you remember Hawkwing's face, Toy?
That is the kind of courage expected from the Queen of Andor.
He made me. Him and his burning eyes. He made me his hound.
Death comes for us all. We can only choose how to face it when it comes.
He is born again. I feel him. The dragon takes his first breath on the slopes of Dragon Mount. He is coming. He is coming. Light, help us. Light, help the world.
By the way, that dress you were wearing is green.
Till shade is gone, till water is gone, into the shadow with teeth bared, screaming defiance with the last breath, to spit in Sightblinder's eye on the last day.
You humans are so hasty.
The storm is coming.
Be wary of dreams, Paranibara. Be very wary of dreams.
One of them? Which is Avienda?
Kneel and swear to the Lord Dragon, or you will be melt.
Have you forgotten the Black Aja?
You!
You fool. Am I not allowed to be a hero too?
Thank you very much to John Al Jen for putting that together. He has done just an amazing amount of work for me and the podcast. And that's just something that we always watch to get us in the mood. It's amazing. If you didn't see, the sound didn't come through on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, there is a link in the chat. So sorry about that.
Yeah, that's sorry for the technical difficulties, but I love that video. I have to watch it at least a few times a year. Obviously, we had a lot of community voices for that, contributing to the fan art. And yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys. So now that we're all in the Wheel of Time mood, a couple of things about local geography. Get us onto my second slide there. Go faster, techie. Okay, so a couple of notes about our local geography, which you all have a map of. There is a convenience store and a liquor store right next to each other to the east, aka downhill from here at Lincoln and First. There are food carts to the west and north a little bit at Lincoln and Fourth. Basically go up the hill, across the weird intersection, and then downhill towards the good smells. Pretty simple. They're open late, very late. All of that is within a 2-block radius of the hotel. You may also have noticed that there is a public transit stop right in front of the hotel and on the way to the food carts. Powell's, City of Books, is a little over a mile directly north of us at Burnside and 10th. I have provided you with the best route that Google Maps will give you on the right-hand map. It's seriously, just go to Google. More complicated map making was not necessary. So that's just a basic overview of our geography. Inside the building, next slide. So this is a map of this floor, the first floor. So our event space is as follows. We are in the Willamette Falls Ballroom. So this front space is for events, and then those round tables in the back are where we're going to be eating, basically. We also have across the hallway an introvert room where you will find board games, drawing supplies, and outlets to recharge your devices as you recharge your social points. So please keep all of your socializing activity to this room, the con suite, outside, and leave that room for people who are trying to have a moment of quiet, because we're all going to need that. We know us, right? We know ourselves.
Con suite.
Please be mindful, we cannot hang out in the nearby restaurant spaces or anywhere else in the hotel, really. That's like another room specifically. We also have a con suite upstairs, room 346, where we have snacks and stuff.
That will be a good place for louder activities later at night.
Yeah, once this room is closed.
Once this room is closed. Please be aware of trying not to be too loud in your rooms late at night, just because this is not the thickest walled hotel. So
we have empirical evidence.
Yeah, as some people who stayed there last night. So just to be kind to our guests, if we can confine the loudest of the activity to that one suite, that would help keep the hotel happy with us.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's a beautiful world out there. It's not that cold. The outside always exists. So yes, this room, Kuspe, con suite, your rooms, and outside. Those are the spaces we can hang out in. Walls are thin. Okay, next slide. Okay. For our in-person attendees, I do have to remind us all that we are still in the middle of a pandemic. And so we are going to observe strict masking and hand washing, hand sanitizing protocols. Everyone who is here has demonstrated that we are all fully vaccinated, but we will still ask you to wear your mask at all times while indoors, except when eating, drinking in your room, or while actively participating in a panel and 6 feet from everybody else, because it makes more sense to speak without a mask on for the sake of articulation.
And for those of you who aren't here, so you can actually hear what we're saying.
Yeah, it's less muffled this way. So we'll have that for panels. When outdoors and social distancing is possible, please feel free to unmask and enjoy the beautiful weather, because Oregon is still cooperating with beautiful weather. You guys are here right at the end of the good weather.
It's gorgeous outside, everybody. Like, if you're not here, it is what? 65, 70 degrees,
and sunny.
Blue, sunny skies.
It's splendid fall weather right now. And a few points of just general etiquette for all of our attendees, online or in person. Basically, the rules of the Discord server still apply. So be nice, respect each other, and talk to a mod, volunteer, podcaster if you have a problem. We have digital mods in the server. We have digital mods on the YouTube channel. And our IRL mod, if you have any issues, is Talir, who's over there in the back. She's our point person if there's a problem in person. But yeah, we have lots of digital people on that as well for the online people.
And also feel free to come to me or Radio if you have any issues.
Yes.
Yes. Especially if you have any issues with Amanda. So that's...
Yeah, particularly.
I don't think she heard that.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of mods and volunteers.
Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Volunteers have a sticker on the bottom of their badge. It says The Chosen. That means they are volunteering.
They are empowered to come fix problems. So yeah, if you are an in-person volunteer, you can stand up now and let us all know who you are, or you've got your little ribbons.
Please stand up.
Yes, please, everyone stand up at once. So we are half a volunteer crew,
right?
So there is someone to help us solve our problems in any given situation. Thank you all.
Yeah, and what's great about the volunteers is everyone's taking an hour or two. No one's having to spend a whole weekend volunteering. So hopefully everyone has a few moments to volunteer, and maybe other than Never, who I'm forcing to work for me all weekend.
Yes. So thank you all for helping us make this event go. Just like the planning committee, you are how we are able to actually make this work, by having faith in ourselves to be self-policing, basically. Duh, come on, PowerPoint. You can do it. My computer's being very slow. Okay, the next thing is how to use Discord and YouTube. Presumably you all have figured out at least one of those platforms at this point. We have a whole dedicated Discord server. If anyone has not gotten their email invite link to that yet, check your spam folders. And if not, then message us, because you should have a link to get into that server. We're going to keep this camera on quite a bit.
Yeah, that'll mostly be pointed at us. There is another camera which is not currently plugged in that will be pointed at the audience occasionally, just because I want to help people who are not here see what's going on in the room when we're not actively giving a presentation. I will keep that camera pointed at my left hand, your right hand side of the room. So if you don't want to be on camera, you can sit on that side. But
it's
right
not
now,
currently hooked up.
It's not currently hooked up. So that'll be after this. I wanted to give everybody a chance to avoid the camera if they were camera shy.
Yeah. So yeah, please use these platforms to interact between events. Because this isn't online like last year, we do actually have downtime and breaks so that us physical people can interact, but we wanted to have that online component for other people to enjoy. So, give them some love, the digital distance attendees.
Yeah, feel free. I'm thinking in between, we might have just the microphone set up if you want to talk to folks.
Yep,
online.
maybe we'll have a
basically
Zoom,
pointed at the room. Yeah. So
the tavern chat.
Yeah.
Discord, YouTube, camera. Okay, next slide is okay. So you've all received your badges, your complimentary chopsticks, your maps, your weekend programs, your con shirts, your masks. You're logged into the event Discord server. You're tuned to the YouTube channel. You know who to talk to if you have any questions. Let's get the show on the road. I just wanted to point out that today is to the day 13 months since I joined the podcast as a permanent co-host, which is a trip. I did not expect this at all. I'm so honored and thrilled to be part of this. And I'm also losing my notes because obviously building this event has also been quite an experience. I've never done anything like this before, so I've learned a lot and had again, great team of people helping out with this. I'm super excited to see what has been organized by my fellow team members, because I was not deeply involved in every event. So there are surprises for me, along with everything else, with all of you. And yeah, Wheel of Time spoilers. It's an amazing cult to be in, isn't it? We've all got friends. We are not a cult. We're a cult. We're definitely a cult. That's really all I had to say. I'm just really glad to be here. And now I'm going to turn it over to Seth, because he's stuff to say.
I didn't make a lot of notes, but I had no idea when I started this in my basement that we'd end up in front of a room full of people who traveled to come see me. What the hell? And also, I was making this point earlier. I started a podcast so I could edit what I say, so I didn't actually have to talk to people live, and so that I could fix my mistakes and cut out my bad jokes. So you're gonna see me in the flesh, and unfortunately I can't edit myself in the flesh. So but I can't tell you how excited I am to talk to all of you in person, and how honestly amazed I am to be standing here and to be just so privileged to be where I am, to be supported by the community, to have produced the content that I produced over the 4 years, and to be continuing to produce it and be in the place where I am as the show's coming out. And I want to say a huge thank you to Aradia, who stepped up and really did just amazing work when I needed somebody to help me out. And I think that the podcast has done nothing but gotten better over the last year and a half. So year and 13 months. You said today is 13 months, so to the day. That's amazing. That's awesome. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I feel like it's been longer than that, but right. Well, and you were a regular guest before that, so and what is time anyway these days? As Kate Redding foreshadowed 2 years ago when she said time is an illusion, and we asked her if she needed to go, and little did we know how right she would be over the next couple of years. But anyway, thank you for coming, and I'm going to turn it over to Amanda for just events.
Hey everyone, I'm Talir, and I am the events coordinator for Spoilercon 2021, so I'm going to go over the events. Welcome also to all of our digital attendees. Thank you for joining us. We are committed to, after the success of last year, which was online, not entirely by choice, as we all know, that's the world we live in. As much as we wanted to be here in Portland, we couldn't. So we very quickly moved to a fully online event. And what that did was allow people who live all over the world that are fans of the What Spoilers podcast to attend SpoilerCon. And many of them are still unable to travel today. So we wanted to make sure we offered a hybrid experience. So big thanks to everyone who's here in the room who physically came. Someone all the way from New Jersey drove, which is very impressive. And as well as people who are very local. We're happy to have all of you here in person and very happy to have all of our digital attendees from around the world joining us. And we hope that we can get the content out to everyone so everyone can enjoy it. All right, so let's get to it. So, all right. So first up for events, I just want to go over a couple things. We do have our silent auction. This has been a feature of SpoilerCon the last few years. We have some amazing items available in the silent auction. The first thing you need to make sure you do though is that you register. So if you go to airauctioneer.com/spoilercon-2021 and enter the password, you will be able to register for SpoilerCon. However, you must be registered for SpoilerCon in order to bid on items. So if you share this with your friends and they bid on items and win, we will, disqualify them and give it to the next person. So it's only for SpoilerCon attendees. Please do make sure you register if you do want to bid on any of our items.
Is that in person or in person?
It is available for everyone who is a registered attendee of SpoilerCon. So whether you are here in Portland or in Australia or anywhere else, we welcome bids. The only key on this is that some items do need to be physically shipped. So you are responsible for paying for shipping. So if you do live in Australia, keep that in mind. It does get expensive. We also, by the way, I want to point out on the auction, you also can just flat out donate. All proceeds from our silent auction go to Books to Prisoners. Books have a lot of meaning for all of us who are here. The Wheel of Time series is deeply personal to all of us. In my own story, I met my husband not only through the series, but through this actual podcast. You want to wave? There he is. We literally met through planning SpoilerCon 2019. And have since gotten married. So it's very personal to me. Thank you. And Books to Prisoners is a great charity. We support it because it is the chosen charity of Kate Redding and Michael Kramer, but we're proud to make that the official charity of SpoilerCon so that we can spread the love of books particularly to those populations that don't necessarily have as free access to it as we do. So we encourage you to bid on the items, but also if you want to just donate money to Books to Prisoners, that's also possible on our auction page. Sorry. I don't know why. How do we get to the next slide? Oh, I'm like, why is this not working? Seth, can we go to the next slide? Thank you. I'm like, why isn't my computer working? Okay, so you can see the page here. Again, let's go to the next slide. There we go. Okay, we're having a costume contest. The costume contest also runs in person and online. If you are in person, you can sign up, come dressed as your favorite Wheel of Time or fantasy-inspired character, show off your cosplay skills. If you are online only, we want you to participate as well. So please, all you have to do is send up to 3 photos of you in costume to spoilercon@gmail.com. Those will get posted to our Discord server in our costume parade channel. And then you can go online to the Discord server and vote for your favorite online entry. And we will also ask our attendees attendees to vote on our favorite in-person entry, and we will have a prize for the winner of the in-person contest to take home, and the online winner gets bragging rights in the Watt Spoilers server. They will get a special role in the Watt Spoilers server. Both winners will get that to be able to show that for the next year they are the victors of the costume contest.
I just wanted to say one thing about the auction before we move on. Yeah. We have a signature by Robert Jordan. There's other things in there, but Team Jordan donated that, and that is amazing. It's a book plate. There's so many other things, but I saw that and I had to bring it up because I'm blown away by it. Like,
yeah,
those aren't common.
Yeah, we have some amazing items. I don't want to like go over too many of them because there's something like 40 of them. Yeah. But so just some other items. Kate Redding and Michael Kramer have donated a voice recording. So if you want to like make your voicemail message their voice as Maureen or Shamael, you can bid on that. We have a guest spot on the Watt Spoilers podcast. If you want a dedicated guest spot, you can bid on that. We have some original art and Wheel of Time themed coasters as well, designed by a fan of the community.
Just a note about that guest spot. Going into the new year, we are going to have fewer guests on the podcast. Scheduling is hard now that everyone's working again. We're not all at home. Expect it to be more just me and Aradia, so those guest spots are going to be hard to come by.
Yes. So yes, we welcome participants in our costume contest. Next slide, please. Okay. Yeah, that's all the information I just went over. There we go. So just a few rules. We can go past that. All right. Now there we go. So some rules for your costumes. This is particularly for our online participants as our in-person ones. Unless you're planning on running out to a fabric shop, you probably either brought a costume or didn't, although feel free to run out to the fabric shop. Don't miss any events to do that though. So just stick with farm projects, right? So generally Wheel of Time, but general fantasy, Mistborn, Broken Earth, on any of the farm projects, and keep it family friendly. Let's leave it at that. Next slide, please. All right, so let's get into our actual schedule now that I've gone over some of the special events. This is what we're all here for. After the opening ceremonies, the silent auction is going to open, and then we are going to go straight into our first event, which is the Dusty Wheel Show, starring innkeeper Matt Hatch. And that is running from 6 to 7 p.m. And all events are going to be streamed online as well. So if you're in person, this is our event space. If you're online, watch on YouTube. And if you're in person, but you want to participate, but you kind of need alone time, you can also just watch on YouTube. But we encourage you, of course, to come in person. All right, so that's at 6 to 7. At 7 o'clock, we are going to take a break for our online participants while our in-person participants go and get something to eat at the food trucks that are very close by. Lots of different choices there. We encourage you to go grab some food, bring it back here to the tables because we are having an artist live stream during all of our meals. So our first live stream guest is Ariel Burgess, and we're really excited to welcome her to do a live stream, which we will put right up here. Then after that is over at 8:30, our event tonight, we will have Wheel of Time trivia in person. Now, this is one event where our online guests can't participate. This is an in-person event only, but tomorrow morning we will have an online trivia game. So online participants will get to play trivia, but just not tonight. But in person, we'd love to have you play some Wheel of Time trivia. Don't worry, Morgan wrote the questions and therefore is not playing. So it's a fair game. In other words, those of you who were here in 2019, Seth and I were on Morgan's team. Both of us are pretty knowledgeable about Wheel Time. We just sat back. We were not needed. So at that point, we commandeered Morgan to write questions for Wheel of Time trivia. I'll be running the trivia games. I usually run pub trivia on the Wheel of Time trivia and game server, but I'm going to run the Wheel of Time trivia ones for tonight and for tomorrow. Speaking of which, and then post-show after trivia tonight, again, we welcome you in the con suite to hang out, snacks. We can't hang out in this space until 11. So after 11 o'clock, we encourage you to go to the con suite for hanging out.
BYOB.
BYOB. We have snacks and drinks. They are the non-alcoholic variety. Yes. Booze is labeled and very close. We know what you guys need. We know the information you need. We provide it. Next slide, please. All right, so let's talk about tomorrow. We have some more events coming. So for those of you here in person at 8:30, Ogier / Neil is going to be leading a morning walk. For those of you that want to walk off some of the snacks that you or booze you had the night before, or just get the day off to a good start, you're just going to kind of go for a walk around town. Nothing as strenuous as the hike was today. So all fitness levels welcome on the walk. So feel free to join us for that. During that time, we are going to have our Wheel of Time trivia online game. This will be played in the Spoilercon trivia, the Spoilercon server. So we have the trivia game set up there. If you want to be a spectator instead of playing, that is also an option. If you've never done the online trivia, we have the rules in the server on how that works. And I will be running it from right here. So you can also come and play here if you want to, but you have to play on a computer or a mobile device. All right, after that, we have Divorce Court.
It's fun. It's
those of you who saw Varen on Trial last year, which is still on YouTube, I believe.
Yes.
It is a scripted dramatic event featuring Rakapa Sadai is going to be presiding over the divorce proceedings for two characters. We will keep you in the dark as to who those characters are, but if you are fans of the podcast, you will probably be able to guess.
Yeah, and if you're familiar with Tarvalin After Dark, Rakapa wrote a lot of this script, and it is.
We think it's pretty funny.
I do.
Yes, I mean we're both in it, so we're probably not neutral arbiters of whether it's funny or not. But yeah, so you don't want to miss it. It'll be great. And you do want to be here. That may start a few minutes late, and just letting our online participants know, because since I'm running the Wheel of Time trivia and I have to kind of quickly transition, just so you know, it may start a little bit late, but we promise it will.
It won't take up the whole hour.
It won't take the whole hour. All right, you'll also notice that we have breaks. So we've tried to, some of the feedback we got from 2019 is that it was just a little go, 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 and people needed a break. So we have breaks built into the schedule, half an hour, just to kind of take a break. And of course, we also have our dedicated introvert space where you can go and kind of reset your batteries. So after Divorce Court and the break, we're gonna have our best of panel with the Wheel Weaves. And then after that, we have, did you have something to think about that?
Just time-wise, we're running a little short.
What?
Never mind. Oh, keep going. Sorry.
Okay. So doing this on the fly. Yeah. After the Wheel Weaves panel, we have our catered lunch. So for those of you who are in person, we are serving lunch right here in this space. At 1 o'clock. We did take in your food allergies during registration, so we are making sure that we have appropriate options. But if you have any concerns about that, please see Neil to make sure that we have something that will work for you, because we are always happy to run out and buy something special if what we have is not going to meet your food needs. So just find him. We also have an artist live stream during lunch, Memo Art. Looking forward to that. All right, then at 2 o'clock, you have a decision to make. Those of you who would really like to go see the amazing bookstore that is Powell's, Neil and I are going to be leading a trip there for that 2-hour period. That means we will miss the Way of the Leaf panel with puppets. So that is a tough choice. Of course, you're welcome to go to Powell's at any time that you want to, but that's kind of the official trip to Powell's, which is kind of a tradition at Spoilercon. We love books. How could we not go to one of the most amazing bookstores in the country? So if you are going on that trip, just meet us in the lobby, and we'll be taking off at 2 o'clock, and we will be back by 4 o'clock. If you can go to the next slide, please. For our special event featured at Spoilercon since 2019, we are incredibly lucky to have Kate Redding and Michael Kramer, the narrators of the Wheel of Time books, audiobooks, whose voices are dear to many of us. Our special guests once again. And they are, we're particularly honored because they are coming back from their vacation and literally jumping straight in to talk to us. They will be, I know, we're just so grateful to them. Sorry, people can't see me. In my Spoilercon gear with my Dream Terangrial necklace, that's right. Which was actually a gift from my planning committee from last year.
And your pins.
Our special guests, Kate Redding and Michael Kramer, will be joining us once again for a reading from the Wheel of Time. We started doing something special where we try to, whenever we do a reading, we try to make it something that you didn't get from the audiobooks themselves. So we ask Kate to read something that Michael did, or we have them do a dialogue scene. So it's always something really special. And then there's plenty of time for Q&A. Some of you submitted questions ahead of time. If you are an online participant, please do submit those questions in the Discord server so we can make sure that those get asked. I'll be moderating the panel. It'll be a lot easier if you send those in ahead of time. But of course, if those questions do come up throughout, I'll be making sure that I can get those off of the YouTube live stream as well. And those of you who are in person will also be able to ask questions directly to Kate and Michael. And we're just always so grateful that they give us their time. Okay, next slide, please. Saturday evening is up next. And we are starting off after Kate and Michael with our costume contest, as we already talked about. So go ahead, and after Kate and Michael, you should have about half an hour or so to get ready. But those of you who have signed up, we'll just make sure that we give you some extra time if you need it. And then we'll have our costume parade and contest. And then we will have a catered dinner in here once again. Yes? Thank you. So I forgot about that. Thank you. So yeah, we do need to vacate this space before the dinner because the hotel needs to get in here to actually set up for the catering. So we'll vacate, and the costume contest will be in Coos Bay. I forgot that. So that's another event that's not in here. So again, find us if you have any questions about where anything is. And then during dinner, we will also have another artist live stream, Corey Lansdell of Third Age Art, who I believe also did the coasters. Is that right? No, Corey did not. There's a different piece of artwork. Sorry, that's Cody. And then finally, our signature event is a live recording of the Wheel of Time Spoilers podcast, the thing that brought us all together, and that will be at 8 o'clock on Saturday night. Then Sunday morning, if you go to the next slide, please. Again, another morning walk to get your constitutional in. Our silent auction is going to close at 10 sharp. There is a countdown in the silent auction. Then we get the results, and those get announced at closing ceremonies, as does the costume contest and everything else. So you make sure get those bids in. At 11 o'clock, we will have our closing ceremonies. For those of you in person, those are going to be upstairs in the con suite, not in this space, because we don't have this space on Sunday. And that's where we'll say sort of our official goodbyes and the end of Spoilercon for another year. And then the Spoilercon Discord server will close at 1 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific time. But of course, the Watt Spoilers Discord server lives on forever. So if you're not already a member of the Watt Spoilers Discord server and you want to make sure you can continue talking to all of us for the next year, please make sure you join that. We can always get you an invite. That is the schedule. Yes. 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 Thank you. Just for the online participants, we're just kind of going over con suite procedures. So sad that none of you can join us in the con suite, but please make sure that you have your snacks and drinks to celebrate in spirit with all of us. All right. That's it for events. If you have any other questions about events, feel free to find me, and I will either give you answers or find them out and then give you answers. And I will turn it back over to Seth for the official launch of Spoilercon 2021.
Really, thank you so much to Amanda and all the planning committee, but especially Amanda, who's just obviously in charge of everything here, whether she wants to be or not. Really, thank you so much for coming out. We have about 10 minutes before the live stream. So let's take a quick break, give her a chance to use the bathroom and the technology to get working. So thank you, everybody. Welcome to SpoilerCon 2021, and I'll see you around. Welcome to weekend? Yeah! I had a great time. Closing ceremonies of Spoilercon. We're all gathered here in the con suite where there was snacks and food and, well, just a little bit of booze. So I'm going to pick it up. But yeah, so great time. We're going to do the first slide. So the auction happened, and it was insane. The amount of bidding that happened was out of the mind. I just watched it go up and up and up. It got so high right when we opened it, and it just kept getting bigger. And then we had just a final donation right before the event. And so the total is $3,500. That's in the budget, I think. No problems. But yeah, so we are going to make sure that at least that amount goes to partners, which is an amazing, like, they are so efficient in the amount of money they spend on the books. Like, it's much more worth it to donate than it is to buy books yourself. They get the full, something like that. So yeah, they do a great job. It's something like 12 books $1. No, so maybe no, don't quote me on that. It's a good thing. Yeah.
Didn't they also make the process super smooth for you?
Oh yeah, no, they were great. Yeah, they're fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
It was definitely like they were like, I sent them the email and I was like, hey, I'm gonna donate the money. They're like, sure. And then I sent them the money, like, oh, hi. Can we get your address? And like there's a bunch of follow-up questions. Like then once I got the check and it cashed, they were like surprised. So they will be surprised again. And like my phone Kramer said, whenever they get a big bump, they books prisoners. So I was like, what did you do? And Michael and Kramer did this too. So this is in their name, definitely. So thank them for their reading. It was amazing. That was,
so good.
Always the highlight, right? Like they're so good, they're so funny, they're such a good couple. Right? Like, they're so sweet together.
They have so much charm.
They do. They have a lot of charm, and like and they're so generous, right? They're doing this for the donations. They're not doing it for any profit or really any advertising. To them, like 50 people is whatever, you know. Like they're just wonderful people. So and then, but I also want to say thank you to all the other content creators. Right, like we had Matt Hatch from the Dusty Wheel did an amazing job. He's always a consummate professional and pulls out just panels anytime, anyplace, anywhere. Brett put together an amazing team for his panel. The puppets were fantastic and fun and stepped in and did just an amazing job with us. Divorce Court. Rick Kappa is such an amazing writer. It was so fun to say those lines. Like, we all like wanted to put as much into that as we could. So, yeah. The wig that was all Never. She gave me that beautiful haircut. I definitely sat for that and paid for it in article on my clothes. It's sharper. Than regular hair. We're both just like, ow! Wig hair. So I don't know if it's fiberglass or it's itchy, irritating, and annoying, just like Olive. So wait, appropriate. Do the
next slide.
So let's announce the silent auction winners. So a lot of you here in the room.
Bambi's gonna do this.
And he's going to go ahead and do this. So let me turn it over to Bambi.
Hey. Thank you, first and foremost, I'll just echo what Seth said and just thank you everybody who's there in the room and everybody all around the world who was able to.
Robot Bambi.
Robot Bambi? What about now? It might just be.
There you are.
What about now?
Yes.
Yeah. We did test this.
Good.
Just reiterating my thank you to everybody who generously donated, particularly the very last direct donation to bring us up to a really round number. I love that. But we can go through who won. So we had a lot of really fierce competition in that last like 60 to 30 seconds. So it's always exciting to see that happen. Beginning with our exclusive Team Jordan bundle, the main event really for the whole auction, went to Kayla. So congratulations, Kayla. And then Kayla also won the Wheel of Time Spoilers podcast guest spot. They were very keen. So congratulations again, Kayla. John won our gift box from Varen Sedai. That was from the Black Aja? Brown Aja, sorry. There were two. Brown Aja. Avery got the post-pandemic care basket. Kayla also has won the First Selectors cookbook, which is from the Blue Aja, which is absolutely beautiful. Don't know if you guys got to have a good look at that as well. And then Kayla also scored the At the Existentialist Cafe book from the White Aja. I should mention that the post-pandemic care basket number 4 was actually also the Yellow Aja. I should mention all of these. A lot of time and effort has gone into each of these items from all of our 8 Ajas in the server. So thanks again for that. And so moving on, so the Black Aja donated Varen's late night snacks and reading. That has gone to Kayla. Kayla's got the next 3 items as well, so I'm just going to list them off. So our handmade Aja coasters from the Red Aja, the Drunken Botanist book from the Green Aja, and the wooden Wheel of Time wall hanging from the Grey Aja. So big thank you to Kayla for their donation in this. Very, very big. Yay. And then moving on, so the number 11, if you guys can see this, is the Madman reading package from Land of the Madmen, donated once again from the Australian and New Zealanders in the What Spoilers server. That went to Annalise, so congratulations, Annalise. Then the Elias print that was so generously donated by Corey Lansdell of Third Age Art. Hope everybody got to see his stream earlier. Went to Rekka. Congratulations. And then we've got a number of postcards that were donated by Ariel Burgess. So the Wolf Brother postcard went to Cassie. The Amberlin one, I managed to score that one, so yay me. And then the Dragon postcard print has gone to Amis, Fast Rider. And Horn Sounder has gone to Rekka. Congratulations. And finally, yay, the Healer postcard has gone to Kayla. Just doing them as a group. And then this is really exciting. So the audio recording from Kate and Michael has gone to Tigraine. So congratulations for that. That was quite a lot of competition on that one. Well done. And so next up was the one-on-one Zoom call with Jason Denzel, which I think was kind of a dark horse in this whole list of items. If anybody had a look at that, it was actually really cool. So that has gone to Abby. Congratulations, Abigail. Yay. And then our Chibi commission by Mimo. Those of you who are on Twitter of Time, hashtag Twitter of Time, know all about this. You may already have one, but Sagun has getting one now as well. So congratulations to Sagun. Very exciting. And then we've got the hardback Path of Daggers signed by the What Spoilers hosts. Very special. Has gone to Kayla. Congratulations.
Is there a paw print from Nameless though? I mean,
there can be.
Next time.
Whoa. There could be. That might be a special in-person thing. If anybody wants to give a last-minute donation, then maybe we can make that work. So the last couple of items, we have here the limited edition 2 Rivers scented candle. I was beaten out by Avery, so congratulations, Avery, for that. And we have a Wheel of Time hardcover bundle, the Science Fiction Book Club copies, that has gone to Kayla as well, so another massive congratulations. Really carrying this whole auction, love it. And then we have 3 separate prints that were painted by Kayla Woodside. So the Rand print has gone to Joe, congratulations, Joe. The Perrin print went to Kayla, congratulations. And Aradia got the matte print, so congratulations. Yay! They were really cool prints. And so the last 3 items, excitingly, Jay has got the What Spoilers Tea collection, so you can chat to Talia. She will be putting that together, her and Neil. And Malkia's Tam Joke Books, Volume 1 and Volume 2 has also gone to Kayla. Very exciting. Super limited edition. I have Volume 2. Can guarantee that they're very, very good, very funny. And last, certainly not least, rounding us out with the Fern Lover's Companion is Talia. So congratulations. And just I'll take this opportunity to once again say a massive thank you to all of our donors for the auction. You made it very easy to put all of this together. Obviously, thank you to all of the winners. There are some instructions in the server on how to actually transfer your donation across. We can get that all sorted out. You will be, everybody who won an item will be put in touch with the person who donated their item to sort out shipping costs, if shipping was applicable to your item. And then once that's been arranged, it'll be in the post for you. So anyway, thanks again. This has been awesome. So thanks for the silent auction.
And Bambi did all the organizing for the silent auction.
It was my pleasure.
Next up is the costume contest winners, and I'm not going to go to the next slide because I did not do an animation on it, and therefore it'll just show you who won. But I want to announce the in-person winner of the costume contest before you see, and it is, oh, sorry, hello, sorry. The winner of the in-person costume contest is... Justin/Brand Stoneforge, who is the winner of our online participant costume contest as an Ashaman from Ilian, and Annalise was El Nynaeve, T. Elvira, Mandrago. And both Justin and Annalise will win a special role on the Watt Spoilers Discord server and a color in order to acknowledge your prowess at costuming for Spoilercon. So congratulations. And we just want to have a hearty thank you and congratulations to all of our costume contest participants. As you can see on this slide, we had some amazing costumes. Both online and in person. So congratulations to everyone for participating, and may you live forever in SpoilerCon infamy. Next slide.
Yeah, I just thank you to the planning committee. I just want to say, everybody who worked on this, and again, I said this before, this list is not the only people who have done work on this con. Like, it's been a 2-year project. Many people have contributed in small and large ways.
It's a global effort.
It has been a global effort.
To the UK to the
yeah, absolutely. So, Aradia and me, thank you. You tricked me. No, so thank you, Aradia, definitely for everything you've done over the last
delegation. Everyone else did all the work.
True. We delegated. Rob, for everything he's done, was not your thank you by Rob, and just everything else he's done for us leading up to the con is innumerable. I don't want to say it. Bambi for the online silent auction and being just a great source of ideas and place to bounce things off of. And Egwene. It's been excellent for year after year coming back and being our Egwene. Also in the
trailer.
The trailer, yeah.
And in Varen on trial.
Varen on trial, yeah.
Yep.
So she's our Egwene.
We didn't give her a choice to participate in divorce part. We're just like, okay, we need Egwene.
Yeah, you're done. She's like, wait, do I get a choice? Ogre Tendencies, thank you. He got this hotel, and let's say was as well. Did some scouting work 2 years ago, and you guys did so much work to get this hotel. And like dealing with the bureaucrats of the hotel is not a fun job, and Neil has taken that on. Yeah, they have a lot of rules that don't make sense, and there's a lot of contingencies, and just coming back to them over and over and over again as the pandemic has gone on, and we've had to be like, we're gonna have an event, we're not gonna have an event, we're gonna have an event, but it's gonna be small, it's gonna be big, it's gonna be small again. Like it's just the number of times we've had to come to them and be like, what if?
But to that end, I want to thank the hotel because
they have been super wonderful,
super flexible. We were supposed to have this event last year. They let us out of our contract. They gave us great rates on the meeting rooms. They threw in this space as an extra. They've been really accommodating. Yes, it's difficult dealing with the bureaucracy, but I actually would really like to give a round of applause for the hotel and the staff.
Right? Good lunch, good dinner. Like that was delicious. And then again, all meals.
Endless coffee
and endless coffee. Yeah, no, it was and breakfast for those of us who stayed at the hotel. So it made it very easy to not have to spend a lot of money to go out and get food and stay in the hotel.
It's a big improvement over the hostel.
Big improvement over the hostel, definitely. Yeah, we did better this year.
It's convenient to a lot of hostels.
Yeah. The biggest round of applause for Talir, who really is the wasn't doing it, it was Talir. If someone else forgot about it, it was Talir. If someone was procrastinating on something, someone had to remind us it was Talir, right? The only reason this happened at all is because we have Talir. There's no doubt about it. We pinned those on her last year. She still got them.
Yeah, I am not wearing them right now.
So if anybody would like to collectively crowdsource getting those gold plated.
And then just a huge thank you to Never. She put in so much work last minute. She really stepped up when I needed a lot of help. We had a couple of people who dropped out, like Jess couldn't be here, Jed couldn't be here.
But we should thank, they did a tremendous amount of work.
They did a tremendous amount of work for us, right?
Like,
Jess has just been, had her own podcast and jumped on planning live thing, and has somehow been one of the hugest assets I've ever had. So
Jess did all the work on the website, did all the social media coordination, all the stuff on Wix, and she was going to be here but had a family emergency at the last minute, was not able to attend. But she's been attending. She's just been online and the back rooms doing a ton of stuff that we needed to get done. So if we can also have a round of applause for Jess.
Budgeting and he did leading up to this, he made sure he got our ducks in a row. They were all over the place, and he was like, "You guys are scattered. You need some shit. You need to get your shit together." So he did a lot of work on that end. So
and volunteer coordination. So thanks, just everyone.
Just everyone. I cannot stress how much so many people put so many hours into volunteering to make this work.
It takes a village to raise a con.
You think it's going to be simple, I guess next one.
Yeah, well, no, so a couple things. So we did do our icebreaker game. And I want to congratulate Jackson, who every category that was possible, given that there was a couple categories where there were either no people who came who were actually qualified. I don't think anyone here actually started reading in 1990. So for those who are online attendees, we did an icebreaker game where people could go and try to find people who could say that they actually liked going or that they hated pineapple pizza. I'm sure that Fate is killing himself that he can't be here to sign everyone's form for that one. But we had a few categories that were not actually achievable, but Jackson managed to get everything else. So Jackson, come on up here. Yeah! Prize. You can take the Keep Portland Weird mug. You can take the Oregon Marionberry jam and this very cool chocolate. Strawberry basil chocolate. A really nice cinnamon roll themed candle. Or the Knight Rider sticker with a Portland tote bag. Take your pick.
Thank you.
We also want to do a drawing for to thank our volunteers. So we have everyone who volunteered at the con, which is almost everybody, has their name in a hat, and we're gonna pick out a couple of we'll pick out 3 prizes.
Sure.
Don't you?
Okay. And the first wiener is.
Taylor, you're not in there. Sorry.
Stop.
Mark. Yay! Mark.
Oh man.
Nice. All right. Let's do 2 more. 2 more prizes.
All right.
Maybe all have it in no favor.
And the second winner is
David Bull.
Nice. All right. And who gets to keep Portland weird?
Yes. You're getting mugged.
Honey, no. The mug is John.
All right. Final slide. That's it.
Yeah, so Spoilercon Discord's closing at 1 p.m., which is just an hour or 2. But, you know, you can always join us on What's Spoiler. We have a Spoilercon 2021 channel. So go ahead and talk about everything you want to talk about there. Those folks online can join us. And, you know, the Discord server will be back.
The Spoilercon server will be back. The What Spoiler server lives on.
Lives on. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody. Rob, you can take us off whenever you're done.
Yeah.